And the moment the vocal came in, I was like super enthusiastic and dancing. The whole dance floor stopped. Hi, I'm Spiller, and this is the story of Groovejet. I started DJing in '90. It took me a while to learn. I started playing at private parties, etc. I always felt, I would change this. I would have this bass line coming first. So the desire of editing made me become a producer. It was March '99. It was the day before going to my winter music conference. I was rebuilding my studio, so my equipment was stuck in my bedroom, and I started playing with it. I had this record that I had just bought, previously unreleased version of Carol Williams' Love Is You. So I sampled that and I started playing with loops, and I came up with the instrumental version of Groovejet in about less than an hour or something. I burned a CDR and went to the airport. Then when I arrived in Miami, my friend Boris Dugos came to pick me up at the airport, and I put the CD on his car radio. While the music went on, we started talking and we didn't even listen to the music. Later that night, he was playing in a club called Groovejet. I went to the party, but I arrived after he had played, and a lot of people came to me and say, "Oh, Spiller, what did you do with this record? It's incredible." And I didn't understand what they were talking about. Some of these people, I didn't know who they were. I had the CDR still because I thought I got it back. I forgot I had left it in his car. And then Boris came and he explained that he had played the record and he had a huge reaction. And yeah, that's why we decided to call the track Groovejet. The instrumental version, I always thought about it becoming a vocal version. I wanted a more original, characteristic voice, so Positiva sent a pile of CDs with a lot of vocalists and demos for the songs. Sophie's Alice Baxter voice stood out. It was exactly the kind of original and characteristic voice that I was looking for.
Think of tomorrow, we back still on our road to make all we can in the sun.
We came to London to record the vocals, so we met me, Boris and Sophie in the studio, spent an afternoon there recording the song. Sophie rewrote part of the lyrics during that afternoon, and then got all the recording, went back to my studio in Venice. I was struggling to find the right chorus for the vocal. So that's when you hear that song, it goes like, "Why does it feel now? Why does it?" That "now" comes from the backing vocals, and it might sound like a very little detail, but without that "now," it was really empty.
Think of tomorrow, we back still on our road to make all we can in the sun. While we are moving, the music is soothing. Troubles we thought had begun. If you stay alive, why does it feel down? Why does it feel down? Why does it feel so good?
During the week of the release, I got asked to come to London and do some TV interviews and Top of the Pops, etc. I had no idea how the pop chart worked, how important it was to going to #1. When I did Top of the Pops, it took a bit of negotiation, my manager, to convince me to pretend performing Groovejet, because Groovejet, it's a sample track that you cannot perform live. And we had a whole band faking instrument, including the harp, and me DJing, pretending to do I don't know what.
Just for this lifetime, you can be my pastime. Here are the rules of our play. In it together till I know you better. Darling, now what do you say?
The director of the video clip asked me to bring some of my favorite clothes with me, and he didn't like any of that. And so he sent someone clothes shopping for a 6.8 tall guy in Bangkok. And yeah, if you look at the video clip, you can quite notice. So when I signed with Positiva, we cleared the sample with Salsoul, and we wanted to be sure that we cleared it correctly. And so we cleared it for any version, remix, dub, edit, and also including a vocal version, which we knew we were about to do. And so we thought we were safe. And then when the record got released and Groovejet got to #1, Salsoul called and say, hey, you have a record out with a sample from our catalog and you haven't cleared the sample. And we were like, what are they saying? We have a contract. And they say, yeah, but that's a contract for a track called Groovejet. And the track that I see now in the chart is called Groovejet, If This Ain't Love. So we went to talk with a lawyer, and the lawyer said, yes, if we fight this in court, we're gonna win, but we've been advised to renegotiate, so we had to renegotiate, pay a higher advance, a higher cut of the royalties, etc. Yeah, that was the only way to keep it out there.
And the winner is
Spiller.
I had been playing Groovejet instrumental for a year, and all the people knew it, and all the time I would play, they would go crazy. And I was very confident about the vocal version, so I played it. The moment the sample comes in, club goes mental. And then the vocal came in, and the moment the vocal came in, I was like super enthusiastic and dancing. The whole dance floor stopped, and they all look at each other and look at me, super embarrassed, like, what the hell is this? For the people who was in love for the instrumental version, when they first heard the vocal version, it was hard for them. Then, of course, after a few weeks, it became a big hit. Simon Dunmore always told me over these 20 years that he regretted not signing Groovejet. I'm very glad I got to do it with him, because I'm very proud about how the re-release came out. And, I was playing Defected London and Drumshed. Just before I went on playing, the sun came out and it became a beautiful day, and all the people came out. So I was in the right mood, and Sophie arrived, she started dancing while I was DJing. We danced together, and it was the first time I'd seen her in 20 years. So it was a perfect vibe, and then she performed, we performed Groovejet, and it was perfect.
Cristiano Spiller. We haven't seen each other in a long time, but we actually have raised a child, and that child is called Groovejet, and it's now 21 years old. Let's do it, Spiller.
Groovejet changed my life in many ways, of course. It's the main thing that it made for me, which I will always be thankful, is that it allowed me to do whatever I wanted.